If a smoothie is part of your morning routine or a typical post-workout snack, you'll want a blender that makes quick work of ingredients like chunks of frozen fruit and leafy greens like kale. A good smoothie blender can handle large and small amounts of fibrous ingredients and help with a wider variety of kitchen chores. Many full-size blenders come with personal-sized jars to blend single-serve smoothies. The best blenders make it easy to whip up a silky, delicious drink and are simple to clean afterward. Depending on your preferences, you may also want something with preset modes for simple one-press smoothie blending or even a battery-powered model so you can make a fresh drink during your lunch break. To help you find the right model, we've listed the top 5 best smoothie blenders and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you. Choose the best one for you, and as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. Number 5. Hamilton Beach Professional Quiet Blender. Best quiet blender for smoothies. If you want a quiet blender and to avoid the pitfalls of cheaper options, the Hamilton Beach Professional Quiet Blender is the best blender for smoothies. Unlike the Black Plus Decker Quiet Blender with Cyclone Glass Jar, it's very well built. It also offers a better performance when blending common smoothie ingredients like fruit or leafy greens. It uses a plastic dome to muffle noise, making it marginally quieter than the Black Plus Decker despite its more powerful motor. It also does a much better job of crushing ice, so it's more suitable for recipes like slushies or blended margaritas. However, it's not ideal for bigger batches since its main jar only has a 32 O's capacity. You can use the noise dome as a serving pitcher but not for blending. This blender also isn't ideal for thicker recipes like smoothie bowls, since the ingredients can get pushed to the corners of the jar, and you have to remove the noise dome to use the tamper. That said, it'll easily handle most smoothie recipes, and it's very easy to clean either in the dishwasher or by hand. If the noise level is a priority, you can also check out other options on our list of the best quiet blenders. The Hamilton Beach Professional. Quiet blender is good for crushing ice. They recommend adding no more than 16 ounces, 2 cups, of hot ingredients to the jar, and using a low blending speed to reduce splashes. They also say not to use the noise dome and to remove the centerpiece of the 2-part lid to let steam escape. Since the main jar lacks a handle, you may need an oven mitt to pick it up if you're making something like soup. Number 4. Black Plus Decker Quiet Blender with Cyclone Glass Jar. Best cheap blender for smoothies. If you want to spend as little as possible on a good smoothie blender, consider the Black Plus Decker Quiet Blender with Cyclone Glass Jar. This inexpensive blender is available for well under $100, and it's not as well built as the previous picks. However, it's great for making smoothies, whether you're making a single serve or a big batch, since it comes with a 48 O's glass main jar and a 24 O's personal jar. Using either one, it makes a mostly smooth blend with fibrous fruits and vegetables. It's easy to clean since the blades are removable from the jar, and it's significantly quieter than the Calphalon Active Sense. However, even if you work with a small batch of about 6 ice cubes, it struggles to create uniform crushed ice, making it not ideal for slushies or smoothies with lots of ice and frozen fruits. While it does an excellent job of processing big batches of fibrous ingredients, the Calphalon makes a somewhat smoother blend with stubborn leafy greens. That said, adding ice as part of a smoothie recipe isn't an issue, and it can still do a very good job with most kinds of smoothies. It's best for processing recipes like smoothies and soups since it smoothly blends fibrous ingredients. It can also make smooth, spreadable nut butter, although you must stop the machine and scrape the jar walls. It makes bar-quality ice but can only handle about 6 ice cubes at once. Some parts of the blender feel flimsy, but on the plus side, its removable blades make it very easy to clean by hand. Number 3. Calphalon Active Sense. Best budget blender for smoothies. The Calphalon Active Sense is the best budget blender for smoothies we've tested. This cheaper model isn't as well built as the previous picks. Some parts of it feel a bit flimsy, like the buttons on the motor base, but it comes with a 24 O's personal jar included, so you don't have to buy one separately. In either its 64 O's main jar or 24 O's personal jar, it quickly blends common smoothie ingredients like kale. The result is almost as smooth as with the KitchenAid K400, with just some tiny unprocessed bits left over. It's also a fantastic ice crusher. You can use its manual blending mode or the smoothie blending program to stop it automatically. You can customize the blending program by selecting the consistency you want for the final product, thick or thin. However, if you use it for something like a spoonable smoothie bowl, you'll probably need to stop and stir a few times. The blender is easy to clean by hand, especially since the blades are removable from the jar. Both jaws and lids are dishwasher safe as well. If you'd like to see more inexpensive blenders, you might find what you're looking for on our list of the best budget blenders. It has automatic blending programs and controls that let you select the desired texture and consistency of the final result. However, there are only 3 speed presets, which is limiting when you're using the manual blending mode. It's decently well built, but the gear design isn't durable, and the motor base tends to move around when it's running. Number 2. KitchenAid K400. Best mid-range blender for smoothies. The KitchenAid K400 is a cheaper option with a comparable performance when it comes to blending common smoothie ingredients like leafy greens and fruits. It's not as well built as the Vitamix 5200 and has a much shorter 1-year warranty, again depending on where you buy it. Still, it blends fruit and vegetables into a smooth puree, whether you're blending small volumes for single serves or using the jar's full 50C60's capacity for multiple servings. Like Vitamix, it only comes with 1 jar, but KitchenAid also sells separate personal jars for single-serve smoothies. Its controls also include a few blending programs, so the blender can stop automatically when it's done. It's more challenging to clean by hand than the Vitamix, since it can be difficult to reach under the blades. However, that's most noticeable with sticky ingredients, and it's less of an issue if you're mostly making liquidy recipes like smoothies. Similarly, it doesn't include a tamper and isn't easy to use for thicker mixtures like hummus or nut butter. Again, that's fine if you only use your blender for smoothies, but if you care about overall versatility, it's worth keeping in mind. The KitchenAid K400 blender is great for most uses and looks and feels durable enough for even professional environments. This bulky blender comes with a big 56-ounce jar, so you can make large quantities of smoothies or soups at a time. It's very versatile as it can blend both cold and hot liquids, and it creates bar-quality ice quickly. Unfortunately, the jar's lid isn't the easiest to clean, but both it and the jar are dishwasher safe. It can also produce smooth, spreadable nut butter, but it's difficult to use for that purpose. It can be somewhat difficult to clean the blades by hand, but the jar and lid are dishwasher safe. Number 1. Vitamix 5200, our pick for the best blender for smoothies overall. The Vitamix 5200 is the best blender for smoothies we've tested. This high-end blender might seem like overkill if you just want a basic machine for simple smoothies, but it's worth considering if you want the smoothest blends or care about versatility. It does a fantastic job of blending fibrous fruits and veggies in its 64-oz jar, so it can make silky smooth blends with basically any smoothie recipe. The narrow jar shape helps it blend smaller volumes of ingredients more efficiently, and it works equally well for personal smoothies and bigger batches. It's very well built and has a long 7-year warranty, depending on where you buy it. The controls are simple, consisting of a speed dial and a switch for pulsing. That's all you need for any recipe, but it means you stop the blender manually when it's done, so you may find it less convenient than a blender with automatic blending programs. There's only 1 jar included, so if you want a personal jar for smoothies, you have to buy one separately from Vitamix. If you want blending programs, other full-size blenders from Vitamix are strong choices. The Vitamix Venturist V1200 is a good option that avoids some of the downsides of the 5200. It comes with a personal jar and resealable lid, so you can easily blend a single serve and bring it on the go. While it doesn't have dedicated blending programs, its controls include a programmable timer, so you can set the blender to run for a set amount of time before stopping automatically. However, it's much louder than the 5200,